All right, we are back.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Ranking.
We are back.
Yeah.
That took a little bit, but it's all done and good. We are ready to go.
Yeah.
We already got our first viewer. I'm so proud. We
Not
left
me.
off ranking Cav at B, slightly higher than, actually a decent amount higher than she would have been ranked in terms of a competitive scene. But that's okay, because we're not ranking off a competitive scene. We are now on Capitao. Capitao is a very interesting operator. Interesting for a couple of reasons. First, the fact that I don't play him. I really like Smokes, and that's something he does. But I don't play him. I play different operators probably just because why have Smokes as your main gadget when you can just have it as your secondary gadget? Obviously, he does have fire, which
Honestly, it's not good.
for Tachanka does pretty well with fire in terms of he doesn't, but that's I think I don't see a lot of Capitao play. I generally when Capitao is on my team, he's not with me. He's somewhere else, probably dead. What are your opinions on Capitao?
My opinions on Capitao is that it's actually a very good operator. Capitao has 2 smokes, 2 area denials, great for post plant, a hard breach charge, and he has 2 okay weapons. I mean, the para is like decent, but the reload is really, really long. And what else is there? And the his other weapon, the M2, is good. Same stats as the Para, except for more recoil, I think, and more scope options.
Hmm.
And honestly, his weapons are like meh. They're not. They're pretty average.
Yeah,
But I think that he's like a Swiss Army knife, you know. Lots and lots of utility.
yeah. I don't have much experience with Capitao, so I wouldn't know as well as you do. It sounds like you know pretty well, and he's pretty decent.
I used to main him for like a short period of time before realizing that he's very boring to play. He's not fun. And honestly, I think that he suffers. I'm talking about competitive stuff. I think he suffers a lot from him being in casual because he requires a lot of team coordination to be able to actually like use his stuff effectively and like actually plant on time. But if you ignore that, I think that just takes away a lot of points. Is that he's more annoying to play.
Right now, it's sounding like a higher C tier to me.
Definitely like a higher C tier. I'm not ranking them like that, but he's okay.
It sounds like he might be nice for the plant, which obviously we know is less often in um casual. I'm gonna put him just under Montang here, but above Ash. All right, our next one is Echo, our first Japanese operator. Echo has gone through a lot of changes recently. Echo used to be very good in a competitive scene and was banned a lot, as
Now
plant denial
because
was
his
his main
drums
thing.
don't have cloaking, yeah.
Again, and also, plant denial is his main thing. We don't see a lot of planting in casual now, do we? No, we don't.
However, if you can stall out time, he's very very strong.
I think
And also, yeah, his weapon is trash. His weapons are both pretty trash.
his weapons are, yeah. I played Echo. I play Echo every once in a while. He has a deployable shield, which is the main thing I like about him. And honestly, Echo, the yokais actually complement the shield very well, as you
Problem
have
with
better
problem with
visibility.
the Echo Yokais and his shield, they can't get over the shield.
Yeah, so you can't, like, let's say you're playing in a corner, like my favorite place I'm playing. You can't get them back into your area, which on playing actually doesn't matter too much on that site, but I'm trying to think, like, there's a spot on Hereford base that I don't know what's called, that it would actually be pretty annoyed. It actually is pretty annoying that you can't get them back in.
He does get 2 of them,
He does get 2,
and you
that is
can
true.
replace them.
The displacement, the air thing is not that bad. You could, but I've done fine shooting through them actually. It's not as horrible as you might think. And
Another thing about the Echo, the fact his stuns recharge really, really fast, and casual people are not very good at hitting them.
that's true.
People are not good at hitting them. Which means that if you see the team somewhere, they are just the supreme um intel gathering, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he is the best at intel gathering in defender side. Because his drones his things are fast, they're way quieter than Mozzie's, they're way less noticeable than Mozzie's as well.
But I don't think it's as versatile. I mean, it's better in that terms, but I don't think I'd rather have a Valkyrie on my team than an Echo, honestly. In casual, especially. And well, yeah, I think that's good enough. He sounds like a C tier again, which
Actually, no, I would consider him probably an. Honestly, I think he's way better. Echo is way better than a C tier in casual. Because honestly, the weapon doesn't matter as much in casual, which I think helps him a lot. Because his weapon is pretty bad. However, having the shield is really, really good in casual.
That is definitely
really
true.
good.
It's really good
And
anywhere.
combine that with him also having a solid, a really, really solid gadget. Because even with the cloaker nerf, it's still really solid.
I'm surprised when I fight Echoes in casual. I'm surprised how many times my teammates don't actually try to shoot them after we get hit. Like I'll try to make sure the drone doesn't go away, so he loses it and has to use the other one. None of my teammates do. None of my teammates do that, and then he just keeps the drone. Honestly,
Yeah.
Honestly, you're probably right. I'm gonna put him in the bottom of B, below Thatcher.
I would honestly, if I were to place him myself, I think I'm gonna place him at A because I think he's the way like he is just such a good support.
Honestly, I'm not too sure about my placement of Echo, but B sounds fine to me because I don't really like. Is he that much better than Smoke, or is he on the level of Mute?
No, he is. I think that he's honestly at. He's definitely better than Cav. He's definitely better than Jaeger, in my opinion, in casual.
In casual, okay. Yeah.
In casual, where there's less coordination, I think that he is better than Jaeger.
I can see that. I don't think he's on the same level as like Mute or Valkyrie or Frost. So.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Hibana is a very good operator in competitive and is not really bad at all in casual.
I think Hibana is my favorite, or probably my second favorite hard breacher because of how unique she is.
I would completely and utterly agree. I don't know who your favorite hard breacher is, but I know mine is Thermite.
Mine is also Thermite. Just because Thermite does the job very well.
Thermite's
Hibana is the worst at traditional hard breaching. However, she is the
what
best
hard
at
breach?
hash destruction.
He's the
Traditional. So like blowing in a big hole. She's not great at that.
Well, compared to Ace or Thermite, yes. Compared to Maverick, no.
Well, Maverick can Maverick trick, so he can
Yeah.
take out an entire wall.
Maverick's better in the term
But Maverick
of general
is
utility in the big wall breach, but I don't think it's as good as the traditional. Just get through the wall.
Yeah. Hibana has a really good weapon. Her weapon is, I think, in my opinion, the best out of the hard breachers.
Better than the AK?
Definitely. With the AK's changes.
Well, it's not the AK's changes. We're still considering Northstar.
Oh, you're right. But the thing is, right? Her weapon, well, even though it only has 21 shots, it does 40 damage with an 850 fire rate. An 850 fire rate is the same as the R4C.
That is very high.
A really, really good weapon. And the R4C, it's basically the R4C with better recoil, in my opinion. And it has an just with a lower ammo capacity, which doesn't really detract that much from the weapon. And it feels really, really nice to use.
And with the recoil, her gadget is it's so good with the because with the rework from Neon Dawn, I think. Yes, it was.
Wait, did we rank Blackbeard?
Damn it, Jared, you're not supposed to talk about Blackbeard.
Oh, okay. I'm putting Blackbeard in my these. You are a virgin tier.
What I did for Blackbeard is we finished Valkyrie, and then I put Blackbeard in F silently and said, "All right, let's do Caveira."
Oh, were you planning on editing this down, or are you just gonna do it?
I am gonna edit this, but I thought that was pretty funny. I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
It will be a funny bit. I just ruined it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, going back to Hibana, her rework from Neon Dawn makes her so much better. She can.
Yeah.
The fact that she can open hatches with 2, a non-reinforced hatch. She can open barricades with 2, so she can be a pseudo soft breach. She can. I think. Is it 2 or? I think it's 2 for a castle.
2 for a castle as well, I believe.
She can open 3 hard hatches and still have enough to make a crouchable hole in a reinforced wall. Think about it when they're playing on basement in Clubhouse. Think about how good that is.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's even better in competitive where basement and Clubhouse is very popular, but there's obviously the problem. Not as much diffuser playing. Casual, but I don't think that detracts because her versatility makes it less about the diffuser play and just getting into the building in a way that like Thermite and his smokes don't. I think she's an amazing operator, and I think she might be B tier, though I think she works fine in A tier. She is very good. What do you think?
I think that she is probably an A tier. I think that she is on, or where was Thermite ranked?
Thermite was B.
Thermite was B.
I think she's pretty much on par and competitive in terms of Thermite, but in casual, I think she's definitely better.
I definitely agree with that.
I'm gonna put her honestly above Twitch. She's not as good as Mute or Frost, but she's better than Twitch, Sledge, or Valkyrie. Mira. Mira is a fun operator. Mira is a good operator. Mira got nerfed and is still a good operator. Mira's gadget just completely changes the way you're playing the site, and obviously it's situational in terms of the site you're playing.
Yeah.
But
even with the nerf even with the broken glass nerf, I think she is still really, really strong. Her weapon is insane.
yes,
She has a secondary thing as well. She has a C4.
it is.
And she gets 2 of her gadget. And I think that depending on how you play her, like even if you play and put it on a wall, even if you don't do that and just do the strat where you hold it and hide somewhere, I think that she is honestly in the top 10 maybe most fun operators to play.
She is very fun. Her
Definitely
weapon
top
is
5 operators to play on defense.
notably worse in
She's
casual in terms of less headshots, but it's still very good just because the fire rate is so high.
Yeah, and plus even with her though, the headshot thing is like excusable because she can line them up.
Yeah,
really,
she
really
can
well.
she can pre-fire them, which honestly pre-firing isn't really a problem in casual. It's such an easy concept to just shoot before you see them, but you can see them with Mira's. Mira's nerf really only matters if you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah, and usually there'll be a teammate on one, or there's
It's
just so much versatility on how you set her up.
it provides
The problem with her
so
is
much.
though, problem with her is that setting up like using castle to castle off certain entrances, like if you're playing like if we're talking like the one favela site where there's like a room behind the 2 sites.
Yes.
I don't know if you know exactly what I'm talking about, but pretend you do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, and so you have like if you put a mirror there and then castle off if you castle off the 2 entrances, that becomes a really strong position.
Yeah.
And like consulate basement, the little room, one of the other site, not the garage, but the room that faces the site with the soft walls, mirrors on there are also really, really strong. So plus just how fun she is to play, I think she is an easy A, possibly an S, to be honest.
I'd say.
Plus, we have nobody in S yet, so.
I mean, yeah, I think without the recent nerf, she would be pretty like so easy S. I think with the recent nerf, I'm gonna put her in between Frost and Mute. Now Jackal's not as hard. You see, in competitive, Jackal is banned a lot. There is a very good reason Jackal is banned a lot.
Yeah, Jackal is
arguably the best attacker in the game, honestly.
Yeah.
Obviously, without the tracking ability, it'd be pretty bad, but the fact that you can just see footprints around you, know someone's there nearby, is pretty good. And then 3 times, honestly, when I'm playing Jackal, I don't use it. I normally don't use it 3 times throughout a match. 3 times is enough to track
Jackal
people.
just destroys roamers, for one. And 2, he has really good weapons and smokes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, did they get rid of the smokes?
No, he still has smokes.
Okay.
If your opponent is in a clutch situation, well, they're not in a clutch situation anymore. They're not clutching. If you if they're being scanned by a Jackal and you have even just 2 teammates and they're alone, they're not gonna win.
Yeah, he has 2 really, really good primary options. The CZE or C7E and the PDW are both really strong.
And why not?
C7E especially.
They give him a secondary shotgun. He can destroy hatches with 1 shot. The smokes, amazing. Just an amazing operator.
And also fairly fun to just take out
Yeah.
roamers.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think I think that he is definitely an S. If Mira isn't,
100%.
he's definitely.
Yeah, he
Both the
is.
Spanish operators are really strong.
Yeah, Spanish operators are amazing, and Jackal does not worry about that. I think an important part about Jackal is the fact that you're in casual does not detract from him at all.
No, the casual effect does not detract whatsoever.
Lesion is a fun operator that I don't play. I don't know if he's fun, but I know a lot of people play him, so I'm assuming.
Legion is a fun operator.
Legion. Continue.
Legion is very good. Actually, I'll play a round of Legion right now. Legion has very, very strong defender. 900 fire rate.
Ooh.
That's really good.
That is very good.
That 900 fire rate is insane. Not a lot of damage, but no recoil as well. No recoil whatsoever. And it's a really, really good weapon. It's so good, in fact, that they actually had to nerf Oryx because Oryx had it, which is interesting that they opted to do that instead of nerfing Legion with it. But whatever. Yeah, when Oryx originally got it, they nerfed Oryx. Made sense because Oryx was really strong when he was first released because he could Rayma dash.
He had MP
because it recharged really fast.
Yeah, he had MP5 back then, but then he got Legion's gun.
Yeah, then he got Legion's gun, then he got nerfed again.
But we'll talk more about Oryx when we get there.
Or no, his weapon got swapped with Melusi.
Yeah,
because Melusi had the
Legion gun,
the T5.
Yeah,
and for good reason they removed it from Melusi, especially because Melusi
she was
stupid with
very
it.
strong.
Legion's gag is really strong. It is both intel. It can be damage. It's very strong intel. It can be damage, and it is, in my opinion, it's the better version of Ela.
I think it's also very similar to Kapkan, but a lot better too. It's a lot less noticeable. Honestly, I'm not too bad at noticing legions, but especially in casual, a lot of people don't notice them. It's gonna suck if you have to take it out. If you can't take one tick to get into cover, then you're pretty much screwed. It tells you where they are, unlike any other trapper, unlike Frost, unlike Ela, unlike Kapkan. Legion can see his things through walls and knows exactly which one got broken.
Yeah.
It's loud when it breaks, and
very audible.
Honestly, I'm not even sure. The fact that you get them over the match, I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse. Because, like, if you could set them all at once, that'd be really nice. But also the fact that if you don't, you can't save them for when you need them.
It's definitely a nerf that he doesn't get them all at once. Definitely a nerf.
Yeah,
because
I mean, what actually do you get from it?
8 total.
That's very good.
Also, he has impacts and barbed wire. Impacts very strong.
Nice. I think he's a 2-speed, but he's still an amazing roamer.
Yeah.
I'd say Legion is an easy A, if not.
I would say Legion is also an A. I think that he's really fun, very easy.
Yeah. I'm putting him above Mute and below Mira.
So now we're on Yang.
Yang is a fun operator when she works. She's very similar to. She's very similar to Fuse and Blitz in that fashion, except she works a lot more often than those two do.
I would say, yeah, actually, that sounds about
right. She's not amazing. That's definitely true. I can atone to that. I have over 5 hours, I think, from this season alone.
Only 5?
I'm not sure because I checked a while ago, so it's probably more. I did the whole compilation. She's good. She's not amazing. I think she's honestly a pretty good bottom of B because she's better than Ash or Montang, but she's definitely not an A.
I would say that's fair. She's good. Definitely a good operator. Don't think that she's good as Legion. I think she's probably
Oh no,
she's
definitely.
fun when she works.
Yeah.
But I would not consider her a insanely good operator. For definitely not.
Ella is a little interesting.
Wait,
Ella,
where did you rank her?
I put her on the bottom of B.
Yeah, bottom of B. That's Where did you rank Dokkaebi?
Dokkaebi's after the Bozaks. We haven't done Digital or Dokkaebi yet.
Oh.
Our first Bozak, however, is Ella. Ella is honestly, she's not an amazing operator, but she's a very fun operator, especially if you're using the shotgun. Her SMG, if I remember, is not that great. Nowadays, it used to be very good, but the shotgun can be some of the most fun in the game, and she gets a shield, which is a very nice gadget, and her gadget itself complements the shield very well, as you know when people are approaching it.
Yeah.
Her gadget also, just stick it and leave it. You die, it still has all of its utility that it had before. She's a very fun roamer. She's not an amazing roamer. What are your thoughts?
Ella, I think her SMG is okay. It's not great. Shotgun is really fun. I think she's a very fun op. She's definitely very good on Oregon. Is like the one thing because I mean this is one guy named Varsity who does his whole strat that he does is he does Ella on Oregon. Ella's shoddy. And honestly, I see why because it's definitely a good strat, and her gadget's good. Her gadget's definitely very good. Compliments her shotgun well.
Yeah.
Don't think that she gets. Does she get? She gets a. Yeah, she gets a deployable shield or
I think
barbed wire.
Yeah, I think it's barbed.
Yeah.
I think
that she's okay. I think that she's definitely more fun than like a lot of the characters in C tier.
Yeah,
But I don't think she's better than B tier.
She's not better than B tier. I think she's pretty good. I think honestly, I'm gonna put her between Smoke and Thatcher on B.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's gonna be a lot more fun than Thatcher by far.
Yeah, for sure.
Zofia is our other Bozak sibling, and she is.
I thought you said Wojak.
Wojak.
The Wojak sibling.
She was
definitely she was an S. Don't think she is anymore.
I don't think she was an S. I think she was an A, but she is not an A anymore.
She was really fun to play though, is the thing. Her gadget wasn't great, but her weapon combined with just
once you're getting to S, it doesn't matter how fun it is. It's more based off how good it is.
Yeah, because all the characters in A are fun.
Yeah. Zofia's AR now sucks. Her LMG is a decent LMG, but it's an LMG
decent.
nonetheless.
Why would you? It's an LMG.
Yeah, it's an LMG.
And nobody uses it for actually a good reason. I kind of figured out why nobody uses it.
I will use Zofia more than Ash, like any day. The lack of speed does not matter to me, as you get concussion grenades, which is just literally more than Ash has. She gets what Ash has, but more in terms of her gadget. But I think she still, honestly, I think she still goes on C tier. but above Ash on C tier. Especially in casual, you're gonna have a lot harder time controlling the recoil because you're a casual player. I think that's a pretty good spot, is like between Kapkan and Montang on C. What do you think?
For Zofia, yeah, I think that's a good spot. Right there. She's definitely not as fun and not as good as she was.
Yeah.
By no means.
Our next operator is Vigil, another operator that I surprisingly don't play, even though it's. I think the main reason I don't play him is because I generally play anchors over roamers, but his gadget seems like he'd be pretty fun.
His gadget, you almost never use effectively.
Interesting. I mean, especially, I understand that in casual 100%. There's, like, very little droning in casual. Even, I drone quite a bit in casual, because I drone quite a bit in general, but my teammates, my opponents, they're not droning. Except into sight directly, in which what makes mute pretty good.
Yeah.
But in terms of roaming, people aren't droning out. Roamers.
Yeah, the thing about Vigil is that his weapon got a bit of recoil, because before it was literally just a laser. It's not anymore, which is a good change for sure.
Yeah. He just boosts speed, which is nice.
I think that it's also a good change that they are not a good change, but I think that the thing that his gadget doesn't happen very often, because most of the time, because you're going to need to have a insane reaction time to be able to react to a drone coming your way. You're going to need to have an insane reaction time.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you're going to hear the sound cue, the drone is going to see you, and they're going to know where you are.
Yeah.
I will say, if Dokkaebi is on the field, he becomes a lot stronger, because he is able to pass under cams that Dokkaebi has hacked.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's very situational. Still very situational.
I think in a competitive play, if you're a lot better at expecting when drones are going to come your way, so you're going to be better with the gadget. But in casual, definitely not. Honestly, where are you thinking? C tier is kind of getting full.
I think that he's probably a C.
Alright. That's what I'm thinking, too. I'm going to put him above Pulse, but below Castle. Because that makes sense to me.
He's not great in casual, but he's definitely okay.
He's not...
Unless you're playing the boss G, in which case he becomes an S tier. So, situational 8 S tier.
Dokkaebi is an operator.
Casual. I am not a fan of Dokkaebi in casual. Not a fan.
Dokkaebi is an operator that I've tried to play several times, and I just don't. I don't have fun.
Neither do I.
That doesn't mean she's bad, but
is just. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I just don't have fun with her. Her weapons are pretty bad. Both of her weapons are pretty bad.
Yeah, she does get the SMG secondary. Not the same SMG secondary that our friends Mute and Smoke do in their higher tiers.
Dokkaebi? No. She gets the same one as Vigil.
Yeah, she gets the same. She gets the 12. The SMG
bad
12.
one.
The bad one. Which surprised. We didn't actually go over the Bearing 9 at all for.
The Bearing 9 doesn't need
for the
to
Japanese.
Be
Yeah.
It's not great.
Well, it matters. It matters more for Dokkaebi because she doesn't get a fully automatic primary. She gets the Gon 6, which sucks. she lost her frag grenades because she got the Gon 6, which sucks. Her call is nice. Her call is pretty nice. It's notable that she only gets 2, and if you're a casual player, you're more likely to waste said calls. I think she's we've been saying a lot of negative things and not many positive things, but I still think she actually is higher than like C tier. I think she goes pretty fine at the bottom of B. Because that's the same tier as like Ella or Ying. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. She's definitely, her call is useful. It's just not great. Who's next?
Finka.
Finka and Lion.
Finka.
Finka is I think, okay, here's the thing. I actually think Finka is a good casual opera. I think that she is actually a solid pick. I think that she is a B tier. That's my immediate ranking.
Your immediate ranking is B tier. That is an interesting ranking. I'm not immediately going to shoot that down, actually, at all. I agree with you. She is much better in casual than she is in competitive. A lot of people complain in competitive about Finka because of her ability to just fuck up your recoil control.
Recoil, and also the other thing is that it gets rid of your ability to hear sounds. You cannot hear anything while her ability is active, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for her ability.
Guess what?
Which in casual doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It does not really.
And guess how many people are using recoil and control in casual?
Not a lot of people.
Not many. Not many people are going to complain about that because they're not doing it.
And most of the time they're picking the low recoil weapon, which makes sense.
And she gets buffed recently. Sure, her healing is now on par, which is a lot nicer. She gets to heal everyone 20 health and then overstims, which it kind of is a nerf as it goes up to 20 and then starts going down. In terms of the overstim, it is a nerf, but the fact that it gives you permanent 20 health boost is amazing, and it's also very nice when you're downed to get that permanent 20 health boost.
Yeah, definitely.
Finka's guns are fine. She has a Saschi, which is a fun gun. Not great gun, but it's a fun gun. And then she gets the whatchamacallit AR, which is not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. I think B sounds fine to me, actually. I don't see a lot of play through, but it might actually influence this decision, the fact that we don't see a lot of play because we don't know as well. But I think B sounds fine. I'm gonna put her above Dokkaebi and below Yang. Lion is like Dokkaebi, but honestly better in casual.
Honestly better.
I don't.
And I think honestly better in, like, the thing about Lion is that he has a really, really good weapon. It's underrated, absolutely. The weapon is really, really strong. High capacity, high damage, decent fire rate, ACOG, angle grip, not a lot of recoil.
His gadget, he has 3 or 4. I think it's 3. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Which is a lot nicer than Dokkaebi's because casual, you might screw if you screw one up in casual, you still got 2 left. If you screw one up in
he has 3.
Dokkaebi, you only got 1 left, which sucks. It is notable that you won't detect everyone automatically the same way Dokkaebi does, but also remember, if you're not detecting anybody that is around you is not moving. So you're not, if your scan's going down, no one's gonna peek you unless they get pinged. I think Lion's pretty good. Honestly, I think Lion's underrated overall, but I think he's pretty good in casual too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him above Ella and below Smoke in the B tier.
I think that is fair. I think that he honestly I would put him in A tier, but I'm gonna put him in underrated because I think he is underrated.
I agree fully. Smoke is
And
A
he has the
tier
gun
because of his
6.
elite skin.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hype around Smoke's elite skin. I mean, it's not horrible, but it doesn't seem.
Smoke's Elite?
Yeah.
Smoke's Elite is so good. What are you talking about?
It's not horrible. I'm not saying it's bad. It doesn't seem like amazing elite skin. Alibi is our
It's
next
like
operator. Alibi is an operator that I used to play a lot, and Alibi is an operator that is getting a lot more attention now. Alibi took Frost 1.5 times scope in the mid-season update, and she has benefited thoroughly. Her gun is very good.
her weapon is super good.
Her gadget,
Underrated for sure.
her gadget, especially in casual, works wonders. She gets the deployable shield, which is amazing, and if you don't want to play the deployable shield, well,
Cry about it.
cry about it, but also just play the impacts because impacts are also good. Alibi is a very fun operator to play. Alibi is a very good operator to play. Alibi is an A tier operator. Do you have any complaints about that?
Alibi is a what?
A tier operator.
A tier? Yeah, I would agree. Alibi is really fun.
Not exactly sure where. I'm gonna put her for now. I'm gonna put her in between Twitch and Sledge. If we add someone to B, I have to like redo my whole stream setup because it's gonna make another like column for B or another row. So we're gonna have to get to that when we get to, which might be right now with Maestro. Maestro is also a decent operator. He got a nerf, and honestly, the glass nerf affects him a lot more than it affects Mira, honestly. Because
Maestro.
yes,
Yeah.
because unlike Mira, where if they break your glasses because you're not paying attention, there's not much you can do about people breaking the glass on your Maestro unless you have a teammate there guarding it.
Yeah. Thing is, though, it can also be mitigated by putting it high up.
Yeah, if you put it places that your teammates have to go out of their way to reach it, then it's a lot better. There's certain places like in Clubhouse or in Yacht that just like actually there is a place in Yacht where if you can use reinforcements to make it impossible to get to it, but also it's not that great in terms of like actually shooting it. Like there's not much you're gonna hit. It's just a stairwell that people go through pretty fast. Maestro, would you say his LMG is the best in the game?
Definitely the best.
Yeah. Like what else would be?
I don't even know.
And he gets to if you want to have fun, you get the ACS 12.
Hey, yeah.
Is fun.
So after we're done with this, we should play some games with the ACS 12.
Definitely.
Because it's honestly a good weapon. Like it's good.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna eat dinner between us finishing this and actually getting back online, but I'll totally be up later. He's just a very well-rounded operator. I think A or B. I'm not sure if he reaches A.
I would say honestly, I mean, just his cameras to use are more fun than Echo's.
I mean,
and I think that gives him. I would put him at like an S, to be honest.
You put him in
I
S?
think that I would put him in S because I think he's really fun. Is the thing. His cameras, the fact that they do damage is probably the best thing.
I think at least for me, if something is S, I think it has to be both very fun and very good. Which
Yeah, but his
Maestro is
cameras are also
very fun and pretty good. So I'm gonna put him in A. I'm gonna put him higher up on A.
all right. Fair.
I'm gonna put him better than mute, worse than mute, better than mute, worse than mute. I'm gonna put him right below mute. Our next one, starting our next set of operators, is Clash. Why did people play Clash? No, Clash. I surprisingly low play. Don't see much Clash in casual. I feel like I would see more, but I guess maybe it's just people don't want to take the time to learn how to play her.
I think that she is honestly a really fun operator to play.
She punishes casual players hard.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons she's banned so much in lower ranks, because in lower ranks you're not as good at dealing with it.
Yeah.
Clash is very good. Clash, I don't know how fun she is because I never played her. She gets. I think one of the more interesting things is, unlike our friends Blitz and Montang, she gets a fully automatic secondary, which sure she can't use while the shield is active, but also like doesn't matter as much. And then
No.
her shield shoots electricity, which honestly the damage doesn't matter as much as it just the slowing is just horrible for you. She is very good in casual. She is not as amazing in competitive higher ranks, but I think she definitely goes at an A tier, if not S.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her below Jackal and S. Honestly, I think it works.
Wait, lower down what?
I said below Jackal and S.
Oh, below Jacqueline S. I think that she's just, yeah, she just punishes the casual player.
Yeah.
And I think that that makes her hilarious.
Maverick.
Fun,
Oh,
but also a strong op.
yeah.
She does
Maverick
get punished a
is
lot up close, but she has a good kit to prevent people from getting close.
Maverick is worse in casual than he is in competitive. Because as we've seen with Thermite or Thatcher, getting the
Maverick's
wall open
tough,
isn't as important. Maverick seems like a fun operator when you look at him. He's not as fun as you first expect, at least for me.
I would definitely agree with that sentiment.
I mean, it's like in casual, the only reason you're gonna pick him over Hibana in casual is to get the wall done. Which, in competitive, that does mean quite a bit, but in casual, that doesn't. Honestly, he has frags. I don't know how good his gun is. I'm not too good at. I haven't played him enough to get a sense for it, but I think he might be a C tier.
Maverick just, I would honestly put him in D. I don't think that he's that good.
If
I think
he's
that
going,
he's just not fun. His gameplay is not dynamic at all. He's really boring. He has nades, but that doesn't really help with the fact that his weapon is also very boring.
I'm gonna put
Honestly,
him.
not a great op. Just to be honest.
I'll put him on the top of D. Cade. Cade is arguably the best wall denial operator. As he can deny a large amount of walls, he can deny catches, and his guns are decent. Definitely better than Bandit. But again, wall defense. The thing is, wall defense doesn't matter as much in casual, but if you wanted to play wall defense, Cade is a very nice pick.
Yeah, Cade, the thing is he just can't trick is the biggest thing. He can't trick walls.
Like, yeah, even
To be honest, that's not a huge problem.
especially in casual where a lot of people can't trick in general.
He can get a lot of walls. He can get up to 6, not including or actually no, he can get up to 8 on certain sites. If there's a corner, he can kind of finesse it enough to get to all 4 of them.
Um,
So if it's 2 reinforcements and then a corner and then 2 reinforcements on the other side, he can do it.
certain sites he can just put his gadget like a floor below and still reach the wall.
That too. Yeah. He's way better at keeping his things alive because they are
Yeah.
AoE rather than sticking.
Yeah, that's his 2 big things above Mute is that he can keep his gadgets alive a lot better, and that he can destroy anything that's actually put onto the wall. Which, honestly, since you're not tricking, doesn't matter as much. But I don't think he's as good as Mute because he's not as versatile. But he is definitely 100% better than Bandit. I think he's an easy beat here.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna put him right here, and we're gonna have to change something. So let's.
Solid pick.
Yes.
Next is Nomad. This is an interesting
one second here.
Okay.
Interesting. What's going on? My stream is showing back when we started with Capitao for some reason. I have to reset.
Huh?
I have to reset the.
Was it frozen? Maybe?
I have to reset the source. So
Now serving F.
yeah. Let's just open a tab. Yeah. So I see what's going on. 1 second. I'm just gonna apply the stream cover here.
You got souls in your chat. Got his boys in my house. Got his balls in. You know.
See, how does that look? Okay, it's just gone. How does that look? That looks a lot better. Of course, we have to change this to be that. All right. It's kind of janky, but we're gonna have to deal with it because we don't have much space. How does that look? That looks pretty. That looks fine. We're gonna have to deal with that for now. Hopefully we don't have to fill up a different tier the same way, which we might. Let's continue with Nomad. Nomad's pretty fun. Nomad does very well post plant, notably. Nomad does very well against roamers, notably. Nomad has fine guns. They're not amazing, but they're pretty good. She has a very funny secondary. What else do we got on Nomad? She got Flash and Breach. I can hear you typing away something. It's very loud.
Yeah, I was just sorry. Nomad's okay. I think she has a really good gadget, and her weapons are she has a really good weapon, the ARX.
Yeah. Honestly, her AK isn't awful in comparison. It
It's
does.
not awful. I just do not enjoy using it.
Yeah. I use the ARX. I sometimes switch between them, but normally it's the ARX. I mean, again, post plant isn't as much of an importance in casual, which hurts her a bunch. I think she might be a decent way through B tier, but not near the top.
I think she's definitely useful. I think she's less useful than Gridlock in casual. I think Gridlock is a really good casual operator.
Yes, and she's got to
Problem
do
with
better with
her
roamers.
is that her gadgets don't work as intended most of the time, or a lot of the time. It feels like pretty frequently it just doesn't do what I want it to do.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, sometimes like you put it on a door and it just blows them down. It doesn't blow them out through the door at all. So you're expecting, oh, I'm planting or I'm covering a plant, and someone tries to go through that door, they'll be blown out, and I'll be able to see them and shoot them before they can get up. But sometimes that just doesn't happen. And it obviously depends on the placement of the gadget, but in casual, you're not trying as hard to figure out exactly where you want to place the gadget. I think she's a good way through B tier, but not very far past that. And we are back. There it is.
Other than the Frenchmen, who have this?
The P9.
Does one
Uh,
Pina.
I don't. Doesn't it tell you when you get it?
Well, it does, but I didn't look.
I'm not sure.
Does Goyo have it? Maybe. No, he has the Australian one. Who has it? Not Malusi, not a Rooney, not Thunderbird, not Oryx.
Well,
Who am I?
click. No, wait. Click.
Well, Maya has the P2, doesn't he? He has the German one.
If our Derb
Yeah,
just
Maya's-
got the P9 Black Eyes, so we're trying to figure out what has it. If you go to like an operator that has it and then click equip to all, it will show you.
Oh. Wait, how do I equip to all?
So if you click on the weapon, click on the weapon skin.
Ah, yes. View full screen. Ace has it.
Oh,
I'm going to equip to all. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
all right. Well, we are back again with Mozzie.
Yeah.
Mozzie is a good operator, I guess.
Okay, video's over. I really like Mozzie. Actually, Mozzie is one of my favorites.
I don't actually have Mozzie yet, so I don't have much to say on
I will
Mozzie.
give you my informed opinion on Mozzie after having. I think I have like 11 hours on Mozzie.
Oh man.
Mozzie, very very good weapons. Both of his weapons are really really good. The P10 Roni is stupid. It is one of the best weapons in the entire game.
I
I think it has like a 920 fire rate or something like that.
It's
Something like that.
I know that for certain.
I can check right now. Mozzie, the P10 Roni has a 980 fire rate.
Jesus.
In fact, I will play Mozzie. His gadget is really good. Like
it's very good.
Really, it denies intel. It
Gives intel. Yeah, he's an intel operator. He's like,
yeah,
he's like almost the other side of Mute the way Bandit is, except he gives you the drone.
Yeah, and he has a C4 as well.
Well, Mute has the C4 too, but
really good weapon, really good gadget.
He's a 3-speed,
really
right?
Good Mozzie, I'm pretty sure he's a 2-speed. He's a little chubby. But he might be a 3-speed. Actually, I think he is a 3-speed.
I feel like I see a lot of people roaming with him, so I'm assuming.
Also, he has a good elite. That's another valid point.
That is true. He is a 2-speed.
Elites. Titanfall 2. I want to teach you how to play.
Show elite skin. Oh, that's cool. He is a very good operator. I agree. He's a very fun operator too, from what I know. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of fun with him, so.
I have a lot of fun with him. Probably my most played defender, I think. Aside from maybe Caviera.
I will note that Mozzie's P10 Roni is a little bit worse in terms of the fact that you won't be getting as many headshots, considering you're probably not as good at the game playing casual. That doesn't make it bad. I mean, what's there to say against Mozzie, really? I mean,
there's not really. He's really fun as well. There's not a lot of unfun aspects of Mozzie.
I mean, I guess, like, it sounds like he fits pretty well into A tier. I don't think his gadget is good enough to put him in S tier, the way Clashes or Jackals is. But it sounds like he's pretty good A tier pick. What are your thoughts?
I would say that sounds. I would put him in S tier personally, but I think that
He might be
that
biased.
I definitely biased.
Uh,
Most definitely.
I'm gonna put him right here. I'm gonna put him right here. I might be biased putting so many operators below mute, but you know, we do what we have to. Gridlock is our next one. The other side to our Australian coin. That both happens
Gridlock
to be
is
the
honestly
bottom.
really good.
Gridlock she used to be underrated. Now a lot of people realize that she's pretty good. Her main downside is the fact that she's a 1-speed, and honestly, people get too worked up about the fact that about the speeds, honestly.
It does not matter that much in casual,
Yeah.
just to be honest.
Her
Doesn't
gadget
matter.
is very good. I don't know how good her guns are. I mean, as you said, you'd just rather pick her over Nomad in terms of like stopping flanking or roaming, which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. You're gonna even if they go to destroy them instead of stepping them, you're gonna hear that, unless they knife it one at a time, which you're already slowing them down slower than you would have been with them.
Yeah.
It's has the downside of being able to be shot like very early on, and it won't spread as many.
Yeah.
But that's like it. The reason I know more about Gridlock than Monzi is because I played her in the Outbreak event, and I played her in a different event that I don't remember. I'm pretty sure she's a good A tier pick as well, which is gonna fuck up my tier list again, but well, I'll deal with that.
I think honestly Gridlock is probably an A. Probably right next to Mozzie.
Alright. Sounds good to me.
Right next to Mozzie, because she's really useful, and I mean her weapons are pretty average, but they're not a lot of recoil, so it's pretty simple to use. You know, like I said, there's a difference between good, bad, and simple. You know, like
Yeah.
gotta kind of find the sweet spot.
Our tier list is getting too big.
That's what she said.
How does that work in context with the joke?
It's too big, you know.
You know what? We're gonna put this up here. That's where my alert box is, but I don't think we're gonna get any alert box things today. So
I think my mic was on when I said it's too big.
you
Because someone in game just quoted me.
Oh, oh, in-game mic. I was like, yeah, I heard that. Of course, your mic was on. All right, we're now serving Warden.
Warden's funny.
Warden's the funny operator more so than Tachanka. Like Tachanka. If I'm gonna play with a funny bad operator, I'm gonna play with Warden. I'm not gonna play with Tachanka.
I agree with that sentiment very much.
Like, kill someone, you get to be like, I just killed you with the guy whose gadget is goggles.
Swim goggles.
I get to see underwater. No, well,
That's an interesting power, to be honest.
Obviously, though, Warden is not that great, and the fact that he's in casual doesn't really do much for that. I mean, there's less smokes in terms of planting.
Yeah, I think he's less useful in casual, like way less useful.
Yeah, I mean, you can catch people more off guard with the shotgun in casual, I guess. But then, if you're playing him for the shotgun, and you're not playing him to be funny haha Warden, you have smoke and mute, who have a better secondary as well. So, fun to play, kind of, in that terms that he's funny. But unfortunately still in the F tier. Put you at the top though, just because of who he is.
Yeah, just because he Secret Service and all that.
Knock.
No.
Nook. Interesting. Ubisoft is shoving Nook cosmetics down my throat.
Same.
I have the bag headgear. My only black ice is for the FMG9, which FMG9, which I'm not going to use on smoke. So pretty much a knock only weapon skin there. I have the trash bag headgear, and obviously the new battle pass skin looks pretty cool. Unfortunately though, with all this cosmetics, I obviously have tried to play Nook quite a bit. I
She's
can't.
not great.
It never works out. It's like Dokkaebi. I played her player and it doesn't work. I can't have fun with her.
Yeah.
I think maybe one of the main reasons is because I normally like playing with the team. Like, for example, me really liking playing with Thermite. Nook specifically doesn't want to be with the team, as the seeing your teammate on camera is gonna tell the defenders that someone's there, whether they see you or not. And the proposed rework is not great in terms of that either, because it's getting really the quiet steps, which is honestly the only part that I like about it. Like, the camera's nice, but it generally doesn't matter as much. Nook is an unfortunate operator. Her concept, it's not creative, obviously, because Vigil and Caviar are pretty much both of the same gadget. But it's very it seems like it's such a nice concept, but it doesn't work. So I'm putting her in D tier. She's not the worst of the worst, but she's not great.
Not great.
Goyo is our next one. Goyo is the last area denial operator for defense. Pretty much overall, I guess. Flores kind of is, but not well. Goyo is an interesting one. He has the mirror gun, which is very good. He has 3 shields, which would be very funny, except for the fact that you can't really see through them, which is like the most fun part about shields. She gets C4, which is nice. C4 is a very good gadget, especially with the shield. Though, do you really want to sit behind a dangerous explosive?
Yeah.
Goyo's fine. Goyo's fine. I don't play Goyo much, so I wouldn't know too well. What are your opinions on Goyo?
My opinions on Goyo is good weapon, very good weapon. He has a good gadget, just not an amazing gadget. SD4, which is, it's alright. Thing is, though, he requires a lot of coordination. He requires a lot of coordination, and a lot of the time you just end up popping the shields for nothing. So he's kind of not great in casual. Plus, he's more boring than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be fun, but it doesn't end up working. Like a lot of the fire operators.
I'm gonna put him in not great, aka C.
Yeah, I'm also gonna put him in C. I'm gonna put him between Pulse and Vigil. Amaru is another example of our Blitz and Yings and our Pulses, in which
except Amaru works more consistently than those two.
I mean, Ying works more consistently than Amaru, but especially the consistent.
Really though, because I feel like she just doesn't flash him as often.
I feel like she's more consistent than Amaru, but I wouldn't know as well as I don't have Amaru. Amaru gets the G8, I think.
Yes, really good weapon.
Which is a very good weapon. She gets the SMG-11,
Hmm.
which is a very good secondary, if not the best secondary in the entire game. Her gadget, everyone knows how her gadget works. Her gadget is interesting. We'll come back to it. But it is it's notable that her playstyle of, if you use her playstyle to rush in really fast, it's gonna work a lot more often in casual than it is in unranked or ranked. I mean, people are probably not going to be too happy about you when you are rush in ranked.
Yeah, especially if you fail. But if you succeed, then they'll be like, "Whoa, oh, wow."
Crazy. Provided they don't team kill you on spawn for picking Amaru.
Yeah.
You probably know a better place to rank this than I do, so let's hear it.
I think that good weapon, mediocre gadget, sometimes works, but when she works, she's very fun. I think that just because of how fun she can be, I would put her maybe in my underrated, but for you, like really low B or high C.
Yeah,
I'll put her in my underrated.
I don't think she's better than Capcan, so I'm gonna put her below Capcan and C tier. And we're gonna expand our tier list here. All right. Our next operator. Oh wait, that's right. Forgot about that. Our next operator is Wamai, who is Jaeger Light.
Jaeger Pre.
Kmart Jaeger.
Kmart Jaeger.
The notable differences between Wamai and Jaeger. So, Jaeger snipes them out of the sky. They stop existing when Jaeger hits them, which is pretty much exactly what you want to happen. That works. Wamai doesn't. Wamai sucks it up, and then it detonates there. Frag grenades, smoke grenades, it's generally gonna work fine. Flashbangs, well, shit. You still pretty much gotta do the same thing you're already doing with flashbangs. I don't know how. Does it work? What does it do with like Nomad jabs? Does it still sit there?
Nomad, it picks them up, and I think it destroys them.
Okay.
Or it might. It probably detonates them actually.
A notable thing. What I thought it was different, but it's not. Wamai gets the same amount as Jaeger. So Jaeger gets 6 overall. Before his nerf, he got 6, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Wamai gets 6 over the course, right?
Yeah.
Which sucks for him. Because, like, if he got, like, 8 over the course of the match, that would be very good.
Yeah.
Because that actually puts him above Jaeger a decent amount. Obviously, he's above Jaeger now in the term that Jaeger's things have to reload, but also Jaeger's things get to reload. His don't. They go and they detonate, and you get them over the course of the match, so you don't set them all up during the prep phase, which sucks as well. Wamai has the AUG. The AUG is fine.
Which is bad.
I mean, it's a gun that it works.
Yep.
He used to have the deployable shield. He doesn't get that anymore, which sucks.
Which, yeah. Don't know why they took that away.
I think he has impacts. Am I incorrect?
I believe he does have impacts.
Which impacts are not nitro cell or shield, but they're also not bulletproof or barbed, so they're just kind of in the middle there. Wumai is fine. Wumai's no Jaeger. Wumai's a C tier.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
Competitive, probably significantly better. Especially when you're stacking with Jaeger, but casual, probably not. Callie. Callie gets a lot more play in casual than she does in competitive because, well, aside from playing.
Yeah.
Which she does very.
She is usually played every single round.
Yeah.
By one team or the other.
The fact that people don't really know what they're doing against a Callie. Depending on the site, depending on the map, she can do very well. If, like, Consulate, front lobby site, she does pretty well in front lobby site. Obviously on playing, as we just discussed, she does pretty well. And then her gadget can take care of bandits and mutes. But at the end of the day, what else does she do for you?
She can hold long angles pretty well. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's... and she can only hold long angles. Or very short angles with her secondary, which is notable compared to, like, Glaz, who does not get an automatic weapon whatsoever. But I don't think she's good at all. Like, not in competitive, not in casual. She's better here, but she... Even if she is a B tier, she does not make it far up into the B tier. Like,
no.
Is Callie really better than Dokkaebi, our bottom of B? Is Callie better than...
I would say Callie is about at the same level as Dokkaebi, to be honest. I don't think she's that... I don't think she's too bad.
Yeah, I'm putting her bottom of B. We're coming into our last stretch, beginning of year 5 operators with Oryx. Oryx is a fun operator to play.
That is accurate.
Oryx is the 2-speed roamer because he's a 2-speed until he decides that he wants to be a 4-speed for about a second. Oryx deals with shields exceptionally well. He's a pretty, just basically counter to them. He is the rotate man.
Yeah, seeing as he has pretty much 2 means of making the rotate.
Pretty much, honestly, more so than Aruni. Aruni doesn't have to waste health, but she takes a lot longer to do such things, and she also has other things she needs to set up.
Yeah.
Like, on Organ, if in a casual match, and we're playing, like, meeting room, and I need to get the hatches, I normally play Oryx. Because I also need to make the rotate between sites.
Yeah.
Oryx's gun, we already explained, is very good. Honestly, Oryx is very well rounded. I'd say high B or A.
I would say for Oryx, I would say A, because he's really fun and casual.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm gonna put him above Sludge, but not above Alibi. All right, Iana. Iana's a very popular operator.
I really like Iana.
I like Iana too. She does the very nice thing of convincing casual players to drone out.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what she does. She gets
drones.
Semi-infinite drones with a cooldown.
And the drones are sometimes more effective than regular drones.
Obviously, her gun is not amazing, but it's also not awful. She gets frag grenades and the Gon 6, which is honestly pretty decent in terms of destroying utility. That's more of a competitive worry, though. Iana's just a very nice, fun operator. I think.
I can definitely agree with that.
I think she's bottom of A.
I second that.
Mawusi. Melusi was very good.
Still sort of is good.
Melusi's still pretty good.
Situationally.
Her gadget got nerfed. Technically kind of a rework because it also buffed the fact that it activates based on feet now, so like you can do it through drone holes, but it doesn't really come up that often.
Yeah.
The Melusi thing.
It's such a slight effect that it does not matter.
Melusi's interesting because honestly, the fact that you're in casual doesn't matter much.
Yeah.
Because she's just generally a good operator. She has barbed wire plus, and that's nice.
Barbed wire plus, yeah.
And she gets the nitro cell. She's a 3-speed. Her gun is fine. Honestly, I think very high B. I don't think she makes A, just with the nerf. Ace.
Yeah, I think that's about accurate.
Ace has the best hard breach gadget in the game, honestly.
Definitely, yeah. It's the most effective. Because it can be thrown.
For traditional hard breach, obviously much worse than Hibana's for taking out hatches, but yeah, it's very good. He can do it from a distance. He can do it anywhere, really from anything he wants. He can. People use it to destroy bandits and mutes. Actually, no, only bandits because it doesn't work with mutes. In competitive scene, you don't really see that happen in casual as much, but that's alright. In terms of his gadget, the only downside he has compared to that Thermite is the fact you have to vault or crouch through, and it deploys slower.
Yeah.
Notably, he does not get smokes. He just has Claymore recharge now, which is that's kind of the secondary setup when they just like we don't want you to have a secondary gadget. We're giving you the two bad ones. Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, if he had smokes, Thermite wouldn't have no reason to be played. His gun is amazing. It's gonna get nerfed. Honestly, the nerf doesn't seem horrible. That's because like the pattern that they've shown is without any attachments. So
yeah, I played it a little bit, and it's kind of yikes to be honest.
I think Ace goes in A. I don't think he's as good as Hibana.
Not in casual.
Not in casual. Zero. Zero's just boring. Zero's the boring operator.
I think he's old.
Yeah, he's old. His gun is, if I remember correctly, all right. His unique gun, the MP7's pretty good. Or not the
his unique weapon is actually, I really enjoy it.
His cameras are notably better in casual because people don't hear them as much. But they still are loud, and really any competent player that knows what they're doing will be able to hear it unless they're being distracted by something else. He gets 4 of them, which is nice. I think they get sniped by Jaegers. I don't know about Wamais. He doesn't have frags anymore, which I don't know why. I know why. It's because they gave him the Gon 6, but like he didn't need that nerf.
Yes, it's a harsh nerf, to be honest.
Zero is a C tier at best. Do you think that makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense to me. Aruni, Aruni used to be my default defender, just like the one I pick when I don't know who to pick. It's kind of switched back to mute now, though. Aruni has a very good sight in casual. A very, very good sight that I plan to just make a video on just by itself.
Oh. Is it the one on plane?
It's the one on plane. You technically don't have to play Aruni, but it just works so well with her. So, I generally pick Aruni on that side. Arunas Selesnya Gates. That's no. What? Selesnya has the like magic thing. What are they called? Surya Gates. Surya Gates. They're pretty good. Make you waste your drones, which is annoying. They make you waste your smokes, which is annoying. If you have flashbangs, they're not that annoying, but you know. And they're indestructible, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Aruni is really strong.
She has a very good gun.
A really, really good casual pick.
She's a very good casual pick. She's a very good competitive pick. Honestly, the amount of fun you get from her varies. Like, sometimes it just seems like you're just picked an operator that you just kind of sit there and that's all you do. Or sometimes if you use her passive well, she can be very fun. So I'm gonna put her in A. I think
I'm putting her in A, at the very high of A, right next to Mira.
I'm gonna put her below Legion. Floors. Floors is a good operator that is kind of fun to play. Flores. Flores. His gadget is very good. 4 drones that last for 10 seconds and then blow up. It can destroy so much. Obviously, it can destroy people. Even in casual, though, that's not really going to happen. But, bandits on your wall. I mean, obviously, there's not going to be much bandit tricking, but it's a complete counter to bandit tricking. 100%. Blows up any bandits that are there, and then blows up bandit if he is dumb enough to stay around.
Yeah, I think Flores is good. I think that he has an all-around solid kit, but I don't think he's that fun to use in casual, to be honest. I think he's kind of a boring one.
Yeah.
So I am gonna put him at solid pick or B.
Yeah, I agree. His gun's nice. His gadget's very good, but I don't think he's fun enough to put into A tier, which, like all of our other A tier operators are. Because kind of like Lucy, honestly. Thunderbird. I haven't gotten much action with Thunderbird. She seems like a solid operator to use. I mean, the thing is, the reason I don't really play Thunderbird is just like if I need a 3-speed, I'm generally gonna go with Alibi, and that's really the only reason I would pick Thunderbird is because she's a 3-speed because her gadget's so basic. Like really, any site that I'd pick her, I'd just pick Mute instead.
Who?
Thunderbird. If I like.
Okay, I like Thunderbird a lot. I like playing her because I think her weapon is super nice. Her gadget is good, but it's not like good enough to justify her being an S.
Yeah, her gadget's fine. Her gun's pretty good, especially since you're on defense. She's a 3 speed, which is nice. I don't really know how fun she is because I've only played her a few times. I was thinking B, but it sounds like you're more thinking A. Oh, that's not where. Which I guess I can put her at.
I'm gonna put her in solid. She's fun because of her weapon, but her gadget doesn't make her any fun. How about recruit?
I'm gonna put her on. I'm gonna put her in B. That's our last one. Recruit's weird. We don't have 2 recruit icons, and there's one on defense and one on attack, so we're just gonna have to deal. Recruit on defense is amazing. Recruit on defense gets deployable shield and C4. That's a pretty good combo. I can't remember exactly what his weapons are on attack. I think on either one actually. I know he gets the SMG-11 on attack, but that's not an attacker. So what do the recruits get? Let's just look up recruit Rainbow Six Siege. So on attack, recruit gets the L85, which is Sledge's gun.
Yeah, he gets the L85, the M2, or the Mark 14.
L85 is not bad. He also gets the Super Shorty. That's right, he gets the Super Shorty on attack. Which is fine, I guess. Obviously you're probably gonna pick frag grenades as your primary. Smoke grenades. I mean, the primary is actually like the harder choice because frag grenades, smoke grenades, and hard breach are the 3 good ones I'd consider. But you're probably gonna pick frag grenades.
Yeah.
And then secondary breach charge, stun grenade, and claymore. It's kind of up to you. Probably go with stun grenade though.
Okay, so on attack, but like on attack, he can basically be Sledge, except with flashes. Like
Yeah.
same loadout as Sledge, just minus his gadget.
Yeah,
Right?
but he also gets a super shorty in terms of.
And that, yeah. So he is basically he's like Buck Sledge combo. He's like Buck with nades.
The recruits are actually pretty good. He also gets a C75 auto as a secondary, which is if you don't want to play the Sorpu shorty, you're probably gonna go with that. On defense, he gets MP5, which is decent, or he gets the M870, which is funny. It's a German shotgun, and then as a secondary weapon, he gets the SMG-11 or the P9. Don't know why you pick the P9 here, but have fun. And then he gets primary is his nitro cell, and his secondary is deployable shield. Because why would you pick other ones? There's like that combination is so good.
And recruit on defense is also really good.
Yeah, recruit on defense is very good.
S tier. Hashtag recruit S tier.
Recruit defense definitely S tier. I don't know about recruit attack. I'm gonna put recruit in S tier though, just because he's recruit. He's cool. Now is serving nothing because there is nothing left to serve. This is the rest of our tier list. We're not done just yet though because we have one more thing to go about, which is our predictions for Crystal Guard, knowing the changes that will come.
This is gonna be bad. Just my prediction. I don't think she's gonna be good.
I don't know if I agree. Osis seems like she's gonna be pretty fun.
I feel like she's gonna be fun, but I don't think she's gonna be that good.
I mean, her gadget, the fact that she could deploys it behind cover is the only thing that saves her. If it was like a regular deployable shield cover, obviously she'd just awful. The fact that she can use that as a shield is very nice, actually. And she's like a shield operator with a primary weapon, which is very good. What's our secondaries? Secondary gadgets? Let's check here. What's Miss Osa's secondary gadget? Smoke grenades or claymore, so you're probably gonna go with this smoke grenades here. She gets 2 nice guns. She gets thermites or Jackal's SMG, which is a fun weapon to play. And the Talon Eclair shield actually seems decent. It does have the problem with, like, its main advantage is Peeker's advantage. They can see you through it perfectly fine, so what you're going to need to worry about is pre-firing them and make sure you hit them before lag catches up.
It feels like it's gonna be really, really hard to pre-fire. Like, I mean, obviously it's gonna be hard to pre-fire with it, but it's just so weird. Like the fact that it's just clear, I don't know.
Honestly, I think she's going to be pretty good. I mean, she's not going to be an A tier, I don't think. I think she's probably going to be in B tier in terms of casual, at least. And then we got 3 reworks to work around. IQs probably will not change her. It might put her up to C because of the fact that you don't communicate with your teammates in casual. But IQ's rework is obviously less important. Twitch's rework is gonna put her to S. I almost guarantee it. She didn't get nerfed. She just got buffed, and she was already very good. I mean, that's just kind of it. Fuse's rework is, I think, it's gonna both puff him up to at least C, if not B. Especially with the mute nerf, which will allow him to put it on muted walls to take out the mute hammer. I don't think the mute nerf will actually put mute down though. It might put him down in terms like he'll be lower on the A tier, but I don't think it would demote him to B. Does that sound fair?
I don't know. Mute, I feel like is gonna become it's like a minor nerf. I don't feel like it's
Yeah.
that major.
Yeah, I don't think so. Is there any other changes? Oh, Sledge's change probably won't actually put
I
him
don't think
down.
it's gonna affect him that much. Maybe a little bit.
I mean,
Definitely in like high competitive.
in high competitive where you're just like switching between your secondary because you ran out of ammo and you don't, and you're worrying about people rushing you because they know you ran out of ammo. It's gonna matter, but people don't pay attention to that in casual. They're not gonna be trying as hard to rush you down as you run out and try to reload. I think other than that, it's pretty set. I think it's a pretty set list. I think our predictions make sense. I'll have these 2 streams together over the weekend. We'll hopefully get it out by Monday.
Before school
Starts for the year. Other than that, I think we're good to end. I don't know really if anybody's still watching us. I don't think so. So we're just gonna stop right here.
Yeah.